Hollywood. That's gooey, ballyhooly Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan.
And any shop girl can be a top girl if she pleases the tired businessman.
Hooray for Hollywood!
Hello, Hollywood, and welcome to this morning's Walk of Fame ceremony. You can cheer a little louder than that. All right. A special shout out to our fans who are watching the live video stream courtesy of our media partner, Variety. I'm LaRon Gubler, President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, which is presenting today's program. Today we are dedicating the 2,638th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to actor Jeff Goldblum. Now, before I bring Jeff to the stage, let me just recount a few of his accomplishments and cheer for whatever you like. He does. He does. Jeff Goldblum was born in West Homestead, Pennsylvania. He moved to New York City at the age of 17 to become an actor. He worked on the stage and studied acting at the renowned neighborhood playhouse. He made his Broadway debut in the Tony Award-winning musical Two Gentlemen of Verona. He made his film debut as a home-invading thug in the 1974 Charles Bronson film Death Wish. Now, Jeff starred in other films including Nashville, Annie Hall, and The Big Chill, before coming to the attention of wider audiences in David Cronenberg's The Fly. And that movie earned him a Saturn Award for Best Actor. He went on to star in some of the highest-grossing films and sequels in cinematic history, including Jurassic Park, Independence Day, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Independence Day Resurgence, Thor Ragnarok, and of course Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now his other film credits include, and there are a lot of them so we're only going to list a few, The Tall Guy, The Life Aquatic, Earth Girls Are Easy, Igby Goes Down, Adam Resurrected, Les Weekend, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Isle of Dogs. He previously earned an Oscar nomination for directing the live-action short film Little Surprises in 1996. Now, as we all know, Jeff is beloved for his role in the Jurassic Park franchise. And he will reprise his iconic role as Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The film is scheduled to be released by Universal Pictures next week on June the 22nd. Now, besides motion pictures, he's also been on television. His credits include Will and Grace and Portlandia. On stage, he appeared in the Lincoln Center Theater production of Domesticated, Broadway's The Pillow Man, West End's The Prisoner of 2nd Avenue, and Speed the Plow at the Old Vic Theater. And some of you may not know this, but Jeff is also an accomplished jazz pianist. I guess you all know that. And he hosts a weekly jazz variety show with his band, the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra, right here in Hollywood at the Rockwell Table and Stage when he's not working on location. How many of you have seen him perform? All right. He has also previously performed at Cafe Carlyle in New York. Most recently, Jeff signed with Universal's classical label, Decca Records. His debut album with the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra is scheduled to be released later this year. How many of you are going to pick it up? Huh? All right. Now, Jeff has been involved with such charities as Oceana, Red Nose Day, and Hilarity for Charity, among many others. I could go on and list all his films, but I think you've heard enough from me, so please help me welcome to the stage our honoree, Jeff Goldblum. All right. So you're going to stand right here.
Okay.
So, Jeff, we're going to put you in the shade over here, so
all right.
Make it a little easier for you.
I got my water.
Okay, now before you get to hear from Jeff, we have some special speakers. So let me introduce our first speaker, and I've just added some stuff I just learned about him. But our first speaker is the author of The Last Palace, Europe's Turbulent Century in 5 Lives and 1 Legendary House, forthcoming this September. He is a senior fellow at Brookings, a CNN political commentator, and the chair of the government watchdog group Crew. He served from 2009 to 2011 in the White House as former President Obama's ethics czar and as the ambassador to the Czech Republic from 2011 to 2014. However, more important than any of these things is that he is an alumni of Hollywood High School and was the student body president. So give him a big hand. Please welcome Ambassador Norman Eisen to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jeff, Emily, Charlie, River, everyone who's gathered here today to celebrate you. We're so pleased and proud to be here. People from every different part of Jeff's life are with us today, but Jeff and I share a special bond, a kind of a mind meld. Because I think I am the only person here who Jeff has played in a movie. When I was ambassador in Prague, my friend Wes Anderson came to Prague to scout sites and to get inspiration, as he does, from places for a script he was working on. Became the Grand Budapest Hotel, and after he'd written that script, I got a call from Wes. He says, "Norm, I'm sending you to meet you." So what do you mean? He says, Jeff Goldblum is playing a character in the film inspired by your work. I was President Obama's ethics czar in the White House. And he sent me my precious, beloved friend, Jeff Goldblum. And Jeff and I spent time together. We talked about the role. We talked about life. He even wore my clothes to get into the role. As I took him around Prague, he stayed with us. He stayed in that beautiful palace that you heard about. And I want to tell you something about Jeff Goldblum. He not only played a deeply ethical individual in that film, spoiler alert, who was willing to put his life on the line for what was right. He did all of us ethics czars proud everywhere in the world. But he's that same person in real life. Kind, generous, a wonderful friend, and above all, deeply moral. So when Wes cast him in that role, it was typecasting. It was typecasting. Jeff, I am so proud of you. You exemplify all that is great, not just about this city, Hollywood, about the film industry as an actor, but as a human being. So I join everyone here in congratulating you. We love you.
Thank you, Ambassador, and from your Hollywood High friends, go Sheiks. All right. Anybody here who went to Hollywood High? There's a few of you back there. Okay, we have with us actor James Cromwell we want to recognize. Please wave to the crowd. Thank you for joining us. All right. Well, inspired by the works of his Academy Award-winning father, our next speaker also became an actor. He first came to the audience's attention for his Emmy-nominated portrayal of Dr. Victor Ehrlich on the hit television series Saint Elsewhere. You know who he is. He can be seen in the recent films Book Club and Ghostbusters. He has also worked on a number of Christopher Guest films such as Mascots, A Mighty Wind, Best in Show, and For Your Consideration. Please welcome Ed Begley Jr. to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you for remembering. Thank you. Jeff Goldblum, isn't he incredibly lifelike? Jeff Goldblum, ladies and gentlemen. A tall and handsome man. Tall and handsome, been in hundreds of TV shows, hundreds of movies, many of them talkies. A dear friend of mine. And apparently, I just learned this from some of the promotional materials handed me, of the Jewish persuasion. I did not know that. Odd that I didn't know that since we first met in 1974 on a J date. No, of course, that's not true. There were no J dates or computers back in '74. We met at Hillel, of course. But Jeff right away made me feel like mishpucha. And the nachas that I'm feeling right now that he's getting a star on the Walk of Fame, I'm telling you, it's a mitzvah. And to see him in the new movie Jurassic World, I'm sitting there watching at Disney Concert Hall, quelling every moment he comes on screen. Let me tell you what a mensch he is. To take on a schnorr like me into his life, I'm telling you at this point, I'm a schlepper with a SAG card, okay? I had Gornish going in my career, but he was there, the big mocker in all the big movies. He made me feel like Mishpucha, Jeff Goldblum, a Kinahora, and Zygazun, Jeff Goldblum. Now, pardon my desperate attempt to insert myself into your life, both culturally and in every way, but the truth is I've got nothing but gifts from this man that are incredible. I was one of those actors that would learn my lines in the makeup chair. I wasn't big on preparation, but this man prepared always. He made me a better actor, a better person. Because of him, I got to meet his wonderful sister, Pam Goldblum, his wonderful family. I've gotten to incredible gifts. He bought me an electric lawnmower back in the 70s. They were hard to get back then. He knew I didn't want to use gasoline. He got me an electric lawnmower. He was always there for me in every way. Because of him, I've met Keith Addis and Mike Abrams. I have wonderful Emily and his wonderful family in my life, his wonderful children, River and Charlie. I'm just so blessed to know you, Jeff. You're just the treasure of Los Angeles and the world. You took me to Pittsburgh, put me in the Music Man. I love you more than words can describe. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Ed. Well, as many of you know, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce administers the Walk of Fame on behalf of the city of Los Angeles. These sidewalks actually belong to the city, not to the chamber. But we've been able to do this now for 60 years because the city has designated the chamber to do that. We have a council member who represents Hollywood. He's doing a great job. He's been here now 5 years. In his second term, if you see all the redevelopment happening in Hollywood, you can thank him for his hard work. So please acknowledge the Honorable Mitch O'Farrell.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. I forgot my mantra. That was, I think, Jeff Goldblum's one line in Annie Hall, right? Now, no wonder that he became a big star after that featured role in Annie Hall, right? I've been a big fan of Jeff Goldblum since The Big Chill. Are there any other fans of The Big Chill? And so much has been said about this remarkable man, his incredible talent. It is so fitting and proper, and I'm just so pleased to be able to be here to help celebrate his star on the Walk of Fame. Are there any Jeff Goldblum fans here? That's what I thought. I want to congratulate a true fan favorite, Jeff Goldblum. Since bursting onto the scene in the 1970s, every single one of his performances has been memorable. No matter the project, no matter the role, no matter the co-star, whether it's a human, an alien, or a dinosaur, Jeff has been magnetic and magnificent in everything he does. So we thank you for entertaining audiences across the globe with your prodigious talents. I want to thank the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for placing a star on the Walk of Fame so his legions of fans from around the world can come and celebrate him whenever they want. And we welcome everyone to do just that. We want to thank you for all of your years of contributions to the arts. You're truly deserving of this star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. on behalf of this city of Los Angeles, we congratulate Jeff Goldblum. You bet. And a little something. You actually get to keep this. So, we're going to get in the shade. The shade. Okay, step right. So we'll step down. Here. Yep. Now they want to take some here.
Oh, here?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
here.
This is the money shot. It says lots of good things. Really? Yeah, really. Congratulations, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Councilmember O'Farrell. And, you know, I've been told, Jeff, that resolution, if you put it in your car window, you won't get parking tickets. I can't guarantee it, but, you know, you can try it. Well, it's time to hear from you as our honoree, but let me just say, in memory of our late, great honorary mayor, Johnny Grant, we hereby declare this Jeff Goldblum Day in Hollywood. Congratulations. It's just today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you. Oh, my golly. Hi. I love you, too. Hey, just to start, can we play a quick quiz, just a very quick quiz of all the artists whose names are in the stars on the Hollywood Glorious Walk of Fame? 13, I recently found out, have only one name. You know, like instead of Jeff Goldblum, Jeff. So, like Cher, that's correct. So, or Madonna, that's right. So I'm going to name 3, and you're going to tell me which one you think is not included in that 13 on the wonderful Walk of Fame. Here we go. A, Houdini. B, Cantinflas. C, Park Your Carcass. So applaud if you think it's A, Houdini. Applaud if you think it's B, Cantinflas. Or C, Park Your Carcass. The correct answer, believe it or not, is you're all incorrect. They're all 3 on the Walk of Fame. It was a trick question. Laurent Gubler, my golly, Laurent Gubler, you're a great man. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to have, you know, he's been the president for 25 years of this wonderful Chamber of Commerce, and our debt of gratitude to you is immeasurable. And to you, and who's going into retirement, into productive retirement imminently, thank you so much from all of Hollywood. I know I speak for everyone when I say thank you very much. And it's a great honor to have you host this little event for me, and to all the Chamber of Commerce people. Thank you very much for allowing this to happen. I really appreciate it. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention and acknowledge those who supported and otherwise sponsored this from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom: J.A. Bayona and Colin Trevorrow and Frank Marshall, Pat Crowley, Steven Spielberg, and from all my friends at Universal: Ron Meyer, Jeff Shell, Donna Langley, Jimmy Horowitz, Peter Kramer, and Michael Moses. Thank you so much, all of you. So I didn't realize, it's Jeff Goldblum Day. You've got to be kidding. I didn't know that. And how could you tell me that? Look, it's already half the day is gone. So now we have to squeeze just in this 12 hours and 10 minutes, what is the appropriate way to celebrate Jeff Goldblum Day? I don't know what that could be. Hey, I know, let's all go across the street to Musso and Frank's, get, I think, the diplomat pudding with lots of spoons and a martini, ostensibly the best in Los Angeles, get liquored up, and then all go over to my house for a pool party. Emily, come on, they're hot. Clothing optional. I gotta get out of these hot duds, Andrew. Come on, I got to. Hey, so how about that? I wrote it down. I am The star number 2638. That's always been my lucky number. That's my favorite number. I can't believe it. Norm Eisen, my God. You do me too great an honor, sir. You've flown here to be part of this little harlequinade of mine. How could you? Yes, everything he said too graciously is somewhat true. He was the model for Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel, and he is the real life hero, a man of bravery and integrity and principle who fights against fascism and every manner of ignorance and bravery. You're my hero. I just think the world of you. Thank you so much. Yes, and he took me into his home. He gave me, it wasn't just to work on the part, he gave me the jacket off his back when I didn't have proper clothing, attire for some event that he was taking me to, and he showed me his favorite vintage watch shop, and he was just great. He was the United States ambassador to the Czech Republic. My gosh, and of course, yes, he was the ethics czar for President Barack Obama. Two great men whom I miss every single day in their former formal positions of leadership for their intelligence and moral leadership and eloquence and pristine honesty. I miss you every single day. Thank you so much, Norm Eisen. And Ed Begley Jr., my golly in heaven, my great friend for all this time. If I'd never done anything else but become even a fringe member of the glorious circle of his friends, my life would have been a smashing success. Ed, he is the model for me of what it means to be a father and a husband and an actor and a responsible citizen and an activist and a friend. I love you from the bottom of my heart, Ed. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you, Ed. So Musso and Frank's, hey, just for local color, fun fact. You know, the first time I went there, like 1975, before you were all born, you know who took me there? Shelley Winters and her friend Farley Granger. That's true. That's true. We had the Sandabs. To say, in a way, how enthralled and kind of enchanted I've been with this whole family of movie makers and pretenders and storytellers. And I myself, it's true, you've heard this story maybe. I've told it too many times how I wanted in the worst way to be an actor from the start. And I, like my father, who had a work ethic, have been nothing if not conscientious. I've devoted my life to it. I've always been faithful to it. But there's always a humbling moment that comes about. You know, I was in the airport the other day and a woman was looking at me kind of like that, and she walked up to me sort of in a trance, and she said, "May I ask you a question?" And I said, "Yes, of course you can, darling, of course you can." She said, "Are you Howie Mandel?" That's true. That's absolutely true. A bitter pill, but a very good lesson. You can't get too full of yourself. I'm going to polish this star every day. I certainly am. Hey, you know, every year, you can imagine this many stars, there are like 24 new inductees. This year, I'm so thrilled to be part of this group. It's a particularly sterling group, to name a few. Jack Black, "You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore." I love that. And of course, Kirsten Dunst, Melancholia. What a great actress she is. Jennifer Lawrence is getting her star this year. Hey, did you see that picture, Mother? I love that little picture. I thought that was great. And Harry Connick Jr. I saw him at the Capitol Records building, record "It Had to Be You." And now, yes, we recorded that album. So things come full circle. And you know who's finally getting her star here this year? Minnie Mouse. We did it, Minnie. Finally, you got it, Minnie. Way overdue. Thank you so much to Sanford Meisner and Bill Esper and Peggy Fury, my acting teachers, all of them, who made me feel that my best work was always ahead of me. To every crew member of every play or television show or movie I've ever done, to the cast, so many of whom still fill me with starstruck amazement. I'm so lucky and grateful. Directors, how about this bunch of people I've been lucky to get to work with? Too numerous to mention, but early on, Robert Altman, yes, who put me in a few movies, including Nashville. I highly recommend it, and very interesting picture, and takes us up to David Cronenberg, whom I love, the genius Steven Spielberg, and Wes Anderson, you know, a man of real dignity and honor. I love all of those people. And of course to Marla and Jess, all the people at Shelter, I thank you. Catherine McLaurin, Craig Jacobson, Hildy, Kevin, Brian. Where would I be without you? Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Mwah. Very, very beautiful team. Mike Abrams, my golly, more indefatigable Herculean worker. For my benefit, it's only for my benefit, like Willie Loman. He's only done everything for you. Thank you so much. Which brings me to Keith Addis. My God, my great friend, I love you, Keith. He's been my manager low these 30 years. He's steered this little ship, and it hasn't run aground into the shoals of disaster. Keith, when they unveil this star, it may spell out my name. And by the way, I hope it's spelled correctly, B-L-O-O-M. I just wanted to see the look on your face. No, it's you, Em. It's you, Em. But Keith, besides that name, every kernel of granite, every chip belongs to you. That will be yours. We'll come here together it and polish it together. Wait a minute. Ah, yes. Oh, Gary Kress, my great friend for also 30 years. My God, I love you so much. You know, as Casey Kasem said, I've reached for the stars, but he's kept my feet on the ground. You're my life coach. I wouldn't be here without you. We've dodged many bullets together, thanks to you. I haven't even found one chink in the armor, not one, not even one. And John Mastro, come on, you can't get a better collaborator and friend than that. I love you, John Mastro. And my band, Alex Frank from my band, every member of my band, come on, I love them. Andrew Vitero, before 4 years ago, when he joined me in this work, I would frighten little children when I appeared. He's dressed me for 4 years. He's picked every sock. This little piece right here, he thought was right for the glittering, glorious occasion. Thank you, I love you, Andrew. David Cox did my hair. This is a miracle of cantilevered construction. He's a magician with a pair of scissors. Sibeli, thank you. We love you in our family. We'd be nothing without you. We love you very, very deeply. Emily Goldblum, my wife, where is she? You're my soulmate. I fall in love with you more deeply every single day. You're my teacher. You're my partner. Just this morning, listen to this, she made me the most delicious pancake breakfast. I'm still getting the vigor and vitamin A from those cakes this morning. And she said to me, I want to get this right, this is a direct quote, "You're not an animal on the farm." I won't tell you what provoked that, what led up to that outburst, but suffice it to say that I adore every colorful color in her characterful personage. I love you, baby. I love you. And to Charlie Ocean Goldblum, that's you right there, Charlie, and River Joe Goldblum, my two sweet, sweet sons. Every day you fill me with a full measure of, and the daily adult requirement of wonderment and respect and the deepest adoration. I love you, boys. You might see this later in years to come. You may not understand it now, but I love you deeply, deeply, deeply. Well, that's it. So I've taken too much of my time, but I'm going to close with a pithy quotation that reminds me of all of you. It's one I only aspire to. It's by George Bernard Shaw. Listen to this, Norm Eisen. You ever hear this quote? He says, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community. And as long as I live, it's my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. But I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It's a sort of splendid torch, which I've got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations." Thank you, George Bernard Shaw. And finally, if you know the lyrics, sing along with me. In Jurassic Park, scary in the dark, I'm so scared that I'll be eaten. Drive safely. Thank you all for coming. Now the unveiling. Let's have a photo session. Photo session. Photo session.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Goldblum. Let's unveil the star. And would all of our speakers join us? So right up front here, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Jeff Goldblum. Oh my gosh. And you get your very own. Oh, God. Thank you so much. Anna, get these guys out of there. Jeff,
hey, Charlie! Charlie! Hello, Charlie! How are you doing, Charlie? Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Hello.
Back to the center.
Hello, Charlie! Hello, Charlie!
First one to touch the star.
I can?
Can I give this to John, or should I hold this? Thank you, Anna. Thank you. What do you think? Look at the kids, they're ready to rotation.
Ed Begley! Ed Begley! Ed Begley! Ed, come back, Ed!
It's your call, Ed. You're wanted on the set.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Look at these boys. That's what it's all about. They're inheriting the torch, or the star. Stars burn even brighter than torches.
Someday this could all be yours.
All right, guys, straight ahead. Here we go. Gentlemen, straight ahead, please. Hello. You can stand on it.
Stand on my star.
Stand on.
And the person who was locked on the star.
Okay. The first of many.
Hey guys, run here.
Oh, the 21 gun salute has started. We may have River, maybe a future photographer.
Make sure you had enough.
You're gonna have some competition, guys and gals.
You let him go.
He's fine. He's not blocking anyone.
Oh yes. You must.
One more time, Jeff.
The left wing.
Straight ahead.
Hold on, corner.
Straight ahead. Can we get you in this corner? In the corner over there.
Corner over there.
To your right, gentlemen, to your right.
Now your left corner. How about the left corner?
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I'll see you in a second.
Touch it, Jeff. Touch it.
The family shot and then the star. Oh my God!
Push the in the camera, Mario. Good. Don't scare babies. I have babies. Be quiet. I know what I'm doing. Doesn't mean you don't scare them. Here comes the Papa. Run, Papa. Heads out of the mouth.
Look to your left over here. Right in the corner, yellow shoes.
Straight ahead, John. Hi, River.
Right, you guys. Straight
Charlie, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands, Charlie. Show me your hands, Charlie. Show me your hands, Charlie.
No. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, my son had to
Wait. I'm going to have Jeff by himself now. I think.
He wants to take a picture. I have to let him take a picture. I don't handball. You're a handball. I will. Okay. You're a handball. You want to take it? You can take it. Here.
Somebody's stealing your show.
It's okay. Jeff, you should lay on the star. Touch the star, Jeff. Touch the star. Touch it. There you go. Jeff, right here, sir. Big smile, Jeff. There we go.
Can you lay down, Jeff? Lay down? Boy, I carried you.
What has to happen?
Over here. Jeff, what are you doing? Jeff, chin sides, please. Can you chin sides?
Give me the...
Yes. Jeff, right here. Yes. Look up, Jeff. Look up.
Right here, Jeff. Right up, Jeff.
Jeff. Left, Jeff. Left.
This way.
Yeah. Jeff, look up a little.
What do you think, Chris? Pretty good? Jeff, thank you.
Jeff.
Unbelievable.
Hold on, Jeff. Do that again. Do that again with that.
Ah, that is fine. This way? And touch the star. And touch the star. And lay on the star. Let's go do Mario. Mario. Move to Mario. Oops, sorry. Come right by.
He made this.
Down the ball.
All right, hey, everybody get out of there. Get out of there.
Are you done? You guys good?
What's up? What's going on?
Let's see it this way.
I'd rather take my first. You guys right down here?
Hey guys, Emily, right here together.
Pass it around in the corner, please.
You are a real kiss, Jeff. On the left. Jeff on the left.
In the corner. Thank you.
Jeff, you go French kiss.
Oh.
I like this guy.
Shoe shop. Like two shoes?
We have it.
Hey, good two shoes, all right. So, like this.
Let me get it between Marlene's legs.
Oh.
I heard that.
Good. Hey, let me, wait.
He's got a knife in his hand.
Get that.
When we're doing interviews, come on.
Okay, but just one.